Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation A View to a Kill, AVtaK, turn 13.2 CCP and 13.3 USSR. It is July 1942. We can skip the CCP's turn because they have no units on the board and possess no land zones, but they do have 3 IPP in the bank. Let's start USSR's turn. USSR has 4 tech rules. First, I tried for advanced artillery at a 7 or higher. PB generated a 2, so I failed. I'm at stage 2. Second, I tried for improved factories at a 7 or higher. PB generated a 10, so I advanced to stage 3. I am having a great tech game. This is just crazy to have jet fighters and heavy strategic bombers, strategic rockets with USSR at turn 12. That was very, very lucky. Third, I tried for heavy armor at 8 or higher. PB generated a 9, so I advanced to stage 1. And fourth, I tried for improved logistics at an 8 or higher. PB generated a 12. So I advanced to stage 1, just on fire as far as tech luck. Purchases. I have 51 IPP to spend with USSR. I am going to purchase 2 militia to infantry upgrades, or purchasing a militia to an infantry upgrade twice for 4. This is a stack of 5 advanced mechanized infantry. This is 4 advanced mechanized infantry, and that's 2, so 11 advanced mechanized infantry for 4 each is 44. That brings me up to 48. I will save 3 IPP. I should have put out 3 IPP to indicate that I'm saving those guys. Here we go. And then these 10 infantry, this is 9 and 1 infantry, and an airborne infantry, those are all on the build units chart. I had thought that I'd save 9 infantry and a strategic rocket, but I had to place the strategic rocket, so I have 10 infantry still to place, and finally I will be done building all my units from 2 turns ago. Okay, let's advance. Oh no, before we do combat, let's do some housekeeping. First, my good friend Panzer J, he always forgets to roll for the Spanish Nationalists. So we PBE'd the Spanish Nationalist recruitment roll, and they succeeded with a 1. And right now, Panzer J, I have you with 10 infantry. That brings you up to 10 infantry in Madrid. I have 8 infantry in Catalonia. Let me know if everyone else agrees with those numbers. Another little bit of housekeeping. I am not sure if this was resolved. Panzer J brought down 2 naval transports that he had built in his surprising move, where he built 5 destroyers and 2 naval transports in southern France. So this turn, 12.1, those 2 naval transports came from southern France and dropped off, I believe it was 2 infantry and 2 Marines in Transcaucasia, and then he said he went in port. But it's a minor port there. Now, Western Egypt, you can see, does have a major port, but he's only got 2 Italian infantry there. So, Panzer J, I don't know if you want to change this up slightly, but you have my blessing. If you want to let us know in the chat, if you, like, maybe you want to have 2 infantry or whatever you want to do, and have these guys go in there, just let us know. Or you can leave them at sea if that's what you want to do, but you can't go in port there. All right, on to combat movement. I've got a few minor little combats here. Battling away in Mother Russia. Up here near Leningrad, we've got some combats. So, I should say, I should put that on screen, the subs. Way up there in A8, you can see that coastal sub that's at the top of your screen. It's going to convoy raid in A8. And in A13, I've got a sub hiding behind my task force marker here. Got a sub there that you can see. It's going to convoy raid there. Then from Leningrad, I'm going to have 3 militia move down into northern Belarusia. And from western Russia, I'm going to have 2 militia come over to northern Belarusia. So I'm coming in there with 5 militia. And this fighter from Leningrad is going to come down and join the battle. From Smolensk, 1 infantry is going to move, or infantry, 1 militia is going to move to southern Belarusia. And that will move me up 1. Because it's empty, it's a walk-on. So I have USSR at 41, and Germany drops to 61. Now we'll have some major movement here in Orel Kursk. Yeah, that's all on camera, but we're going to have a couple guys join, so let's just move it down just a scooch. Okay, from Orel Kursk, I'm going to have 3 militia, 25 infantry, 5 motorized infantry, and 3 anti-aircraft move in to eastern Ukraine. 3 militia, 25 infantry. As Silk put it, I have a huge anvil, but no hammer. So maybe I'll invite Panzer J to hammer himself. All right. So in Orel Kursk, that leaves cavalry, a light armor, a fighter, tactical, and an air transport. I'm going to join this battle in eastern Ukraine with 2 militia from Donetsk Kubin. Or I guess it's just Donetsk Kubin. That's interesting. I had a little I. Donetsk Kubin. I wonder if I've been misspelling that. Okay, that is the end of my combat. So let's bring the camera over and do some rolling. That seems to be pretty centered up. All right. First, we'll do the coastal sub convoy rating up in A8. Red is the attacker. So I maxed out the damage there. Does Germany have radar? Just for me to be aware? No, not yet. Okay. So I think that line is worth a max of 2. So 2 points of damage to Panzer J. And then A8. Got a normal sub with a +2. Red is the attacker. This time I don't do any damage. So Germany drops from 70 down to 68. All right. Next, we have that combat in northern Belarusia, where there's 5 militia at 1, 1 fighter at 6, versus 1 infantry at 4. So let's do the 5 militia at 1. Nothing. And we'll do the 1 fighter at 6. Miss. Now he has an infantry at 4. Miss. 5 at 1. Miss. 1 at 6. Miss. And 1 at 4. Hit. So I've got 4 at 1. Miss. 1 at 6. This is what I'd love to hit. Finally. And 1 at 4. Well, that's pretty lucky that I only lost 1, given how many rolls he had. So I take northern Belarusia with 4 militia. I know it's a little bit out of turn, but just so you know, that fighter will go back to Leningrad. Okay. Now we've got the battle in Orel Kursk. I've got just a ton of infantry. Why don't I roll? These are all at 2. I've got 25 at 2. I've got 8, so I'll roll 3 of these, and hopefully I'll get 1 hit. First at 2. Here's the 2 right here. So now we will do his retaliation with his motorized infantry at 4. Hit. Okay, I'll lose a militia. So I take Eastern Ukraine with 4 militia, 25 infantry, 5 motorized infantry, and 3 anti-aircraft artillery. Okay. So that makes Germany go up or down to 60, makes USSR go up to 42. All right. That's the end of combat. Now we've got some non-combat movement. So in Leningrad, we need to change a camera so we can see what's going on up there in Leningrad. Okay. So from Leningrad, I'm going to take out 12 infantry. I have, is it 17 infantry? But 12 of them are moving from Leningrad to Karelia. Yaroslavl, is that on camera? Yes, it is. But let's just move this over just a little bit. Okay, from Yaroslavl, 1 militia is going to move to Western Russia. From Moscow, 2 militia will move to Kaluga Oblast. From Moscow, 5 advanced mechanized infantry will move to Orel-Kursk. From Tula-Lupesk, 6 militia and 12 infantry will move to Orel-Kursk. From Saratov, I wonder if that's on camera. Yep, but in order to capture this next couple moves, I think I'll have to go over here. So from Saratov, 3 militia will move to Tula-Lupesk. From Ural, 2 militia will move to Saratov. From Orenburg, 1 militia will move to Saratov. Check that guy out. From Stalingrad, 5 advanced mechanized will move to Orel-Kursk. All right. From Kalmitskaya, 2 militia will move to Northern Caucasia. From Northern Caucasia, 1 infantry will move to Transcaucasia. From Leningrad, it's off camera, sorry. Should have done this when I was up there. 2 anti-aircraft artillery will strategic rail move to Transcaucasia. Need to grab myself a anti-aircraft artillery. All right. Now let's do some Kazakhstan moves. From Western Kazakhstan, 3 militia will move to Kalmitskaya. From Central Kazakhstan, 1 militia will move to Western Kazakhstan. All right. Novosibirsk. Let's go over to Siberia, see what's going on over here in my struggle with Boston Bruce. 1 jet fighter is going to fly to Amur. From Angara, 1 infantry will move to Buryatia. From Yakutsk, 3 militia will move to Amur. From Magadan, 1 militia will move to Amur. And I think from Cheetah, I'll have two. Well, yeah, I'll have two. I'll have one infantry move from Cheetah, two or more. Grab an infantry. And then from Amur, one infantry will move through across the narrow crossing to North Sakhalin Island. All right, placement of units. Over there in Novosibirsk, I'm going to put one infantry. In Transcaucasia, I'm going to upgrade to infantry, or to militia to infantry. So I'm going to take 2 chips from under this stack of 6 and add them to this guy. So I have 4 militia, 3 infantry, 2 anti-aircraft artillery. In Stalingrad, I will place 4 advanced mechanized infantry. In Moscow, need to move that up a little bit, I will place 5 mechanized infantry. In Orel-Kursk, I will place 2 mechanized infantry and 4 infantry. And an airborne infantry. In Leningrad, I will place 5 infantry. All right. Collect income. I collect 42 plus 3 for the cities, plus 2 for the Soviet Arctic line, unless Hambone wants to deny me. So that would bring me up to 47, and I saved 3, so I end the turn with exactly 50. Okay, I've got a Spanish Republican recruitment roll at 5. I'll PBE that. And I fail with an 8. Okay, review of disposition of forces. Let's do Spain. I'm not sure that I have been doing Spain when I've been doing my disposition of forces. So in M2, I have a destroyer and a coastal sub. In Catalonia, I have 8 infantry, 1 mountain infantry, an artillery, a fighter, a medium bomber, and in port there, I have a heavy cruiser. Way up in A8, I have a coastal submarine. Way up there. In A13, I have a regular submarine. In A14, I have 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, and 3 destroyers. In Leningrad, I have 10 infantry, an anti-aircraft artillery, and a fighter. In Karelia, I have 12 infantry. In Kola, I have a militia. Sorry, that was off screen. There's that militia right up there. Okay, in Western Russia, a militia. In Northern Belarusia, 4 militia. In Kaluga Oblast, 2 militia. In Southern Belarusia, 1 militia. In Moscow, 5 advanced mechanized infantry and a partially built fortification. In Orel-Kursk, I have 6 militia, 16 infantry, 1 airborne infantry, 1 cavalry, 1 light armor, 12 advanced mechanized infantry, a fighter, a tactical bomber, and an air transport. In eastern Ukraine, I have 4 militia, 25 infantry, 5 motorized infantry, and 3 anti-aircraft artillery. In Tula-Lipetsk, I have 3 militia. In Saratov, I have 3 militia. In Stalingrad, I have 4 advanced mechanized infantry. In Western Kazakhstan, a militia. In Kalmytskaya, 3 militia. In Northern Caucasia, I have 2 militia. In Crimea, 2 militia, 2 infantry fortification. In Transcaucasia, I have 4 militia, 3 infantry, and 2 anti-aircraft artillery. In Novosibirsk, I have 3 militia, 1 infantry. In Buryatia, I have 1 infantry. In Chita, I have 2 militia, 2 infantry. In Amur, I have 6 militia, 1 infantry, 1 cavalry, 1 jet fighter. In North Sakhalin, I have 1 infantry. Let's get that on camera. Okay, next up is Boston Bruce with turn 13.4, Japan.